So what exactly is happening to the super glue in Bloons TD6? So I don't exactly know what every individual player is doing, but I think it's safe to assume that the majority of you guys have not touched this tower in a very long time, and that goes for me as well. So let me give you guys some context on what's been happening in the past few updates. In update 48, they decreased the tick cooldown from 2.3 to 2 seconds, so that's a nice little buff. And also the damage over time, or I should say the pop-up splat, so whenever the glue explodes, and it now does 1 damage. Then, in update 49, the duration of mob class Bloons got literally halved, went from 24 to 12 seconds. And then in the latest update, there has been some huge changes happening with the mob glue itself, the base one, getting a little bit of a nerf. And then some buffs happening to the top crosspath, which is the dumb one. So if you go for the 203, the 204, or the 205, this thing is basically going to do a lot of extra damage to mob class Bloons, and the super glue does like plus 19, which is kind of insane. But it obviously suffers from the pierce problems that it has. So I guess NGQ is trying to make this thing good versus mob class Bloons, but we are about to see how good it actually is with the wrong crosspath. So I guess one of the problems that I have is I don't exactly know how to run this tower because it's such a weird one. So obviously if you go for the mid path, like you go for the extra pierce, the mob glue, the relentless glue, S tier towers, there's no question about it. But what if you're going for the top path? What if you're not giving it extra pierce? I mean, the attack speed is kind of abysmal on it anyways. Let me just get open like this, by the way. You know, the damage over time is not that strong, and it's going to take a while until it actually becomes strong. It doesn't have a lot of attack speed. What do you actually do with this tower? How do you make it work? And I guess we're about to find out. So we're going to do it on moon landing. I guess this, like the circle, this crater is kind of nice for the explosions and from the stuns and just like the damage that happens when the balloons pop. So let's drop the glue like this. Let's get the top path, so going for the corrosive. I think we want to have it on strong. And by the way, this is the new Masters of the Universe skin on Oben, which if you guys are planning on buying it and you think it looks cool, don't forget to use code ETHANREAD in the Bloons store. Alright, so let's see how we're doing on round 19. Let me drop the brambles so he can obviously see the track, and here's what I'm saying, that he's level 4, so he should be spawning this totem, but he's not. Maybe give him a level of extra range. Let's have the village like this. Do we have it now? There we go. Alright, yeah, but don't have it there on the side. Have it inside of the crater if possible. Oh my god, what is he doing? Why is he not spawning it here though? Alright, never mind. Let's get the 202 glue. I mean, doesn't exactly help a lot, does it? I guess it just extends the duration a little bit. I don't think there's any pierce added, so whatever gets glued is going to get popped, I guess. Alright, so it's round 32. Let's help our boy out a little bit. He doesn't have pierce, but we can change that by buying an alchemist. Let's go for 300 actually. I'm not sure we even need another upgrade because he doesn't have attack speed. Oh wait, did I actually mess up? I hope I didn't. Let me buy, oh my god, $22. That is insane. Alright, so the brambles are on cooldown, and that's super close because we have no other camo. But this is fine. I guess we're going for the overclock anyway, so I don't mind buying this. Have you guys tried the super glue, by the way? Are you actually buying it pretty regularly in your games, or how is everything looking? Because I'm not exactly, a fan of this tower anyways. And I think that if there is a tower that solves both the things that the super glue and the balloon crush do, and with a cheaper price, and it's obviously a lot better nowadays, it's the icicle impale. So I kind of avoid this tower. Yeah, so about 5.8, about 6k remaining, and when we beat this round, it's going to be over 7k, so that's good. I mean, we do have money to do something in case we leak on the mob around 40, so let's actually buy something. Let's go like this. I mean, primary training should be fine. A little bit of extra pierce, a little bit of attack speed for everyone. Hopefully we defend this round. I mean, a lot of Bloons are getting glued now, so the extra pierce that we're giving it is kind of working. I'm gonna be honest. So let's give it the mob glue, so now that we can attack it once, and then let's watch the damage versus mob class Bloons now. Oh, wait a minute, wait, is it not attacking it or what? Isn't this thing supposed to be purple when it gets attacked by the glue, or what's happening? Oh, wait a minute, this is the glue priorities or something like that? Because we had the 202, but then if you buy the 203, it cannot apply the mob glue until the corrosive expires? Okay, so let's try it like this then. Let me buy the mob glue and then start the round. And oh, exactly, look at this thing. So it's purple now. Yeah, and let's check the damage over time. It's 6. Okay, thanks to the alchemist. Alright, so now it works. That was the priority with the glue. So let's use the brambles because we need some extra damage in the mob, but as long as we pop it to ceramics and we glue the ceramics, we should be fine. And that's where we need the pierce actually, and we do get all of them, so yeah, this is just game over. Alright, I mean, that's a very interesting interaction for sure, but the 203 glue actually doing the thing. It It actually helped us defeat the mob. So here's the plan. Get the camo detection on the village, and then we're rushing the relentless glue. The stun is actually going to be very helpful, because once these glued balloons start popping, they're going to keep other balloons in place, and that's going to give time for this guy to glue some other ones. So it's kind of helping itself in a way, right? But the damage is still going to be super weak until we get to the super glue. The amazing thing about the super glue is that it is a super cheap tier 5. I mean, it's not the best one for sure, but it's a super cheap one. And let's actually buy the relentless. Let's get those stuns going, and let's see how much of a difference this is going to make. I'm going to get the 400, by the way. I think the Pierce goes from +1 to +3, which we absolutely do need. And I think that with this relentless glue purchase, this is going to be of huge help. I think we're going to beat 49 actually. So here's what I think happens. If you go for the 204, the mini pop-up explosions, they do 1 damage. Damage is fixed, so you cannot buff it, but that 1 damage is going to help us deal with basically all the small balloons, and that's why I think we should be able to beat 49. Let's actually give it the primary mentoring as well for a little bit of extra range, so you can see a little bit better inside the crater. And look at what's happening. Look at this thing. It is actually stunning and keeping everyone in place with this pathetic Pierce that he has. Oh my god, look at so many explosions, man. This is, I mean, it's visually appealing for sure, but how useful is it? I don't know. Hopefully we don't create a reroll farm. I mean, we do have the crow blocker, which is, I guess you can see a little bit inside, so we should be fine. And it's taking a while, but it did the job. That is crazy. I mean, I don't know. It looks very cool for sure. I might have found my thumbnail for this video with these explosions, but is it actually functional? Like, does it actually do something? I'm not exactly sure. Good thing is that I'm seeing these blue mobs pop, and I think maybe like because there's so many small balloons popping around them, they're doing like 1 damage, right? And I guess it adds up and it helps in popping the Moab lair, which is the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, let's see how this is gonna work now. So we have the brambles if we need to intervene, and I mean, the first one has popped, I think. Is this guy going out? No, he's not. I would really want to save the brambles for 54, and it's looking like, oh yeah, look at this thing. So the small explosions, 1 damage, but they actually clean out the Moabs. That's nice. This reminds me a little of the ice shards, by the way, on like the top at ice, when it explodes the small balloons, and then the ice shards do so much damage that they actually pop blue Moabs by themselves. Yeah, just kind of a weaker version of it. Oh, let's dump the brambles. 54. There's 1 Moab left. Hopefully this guy pops onto the explosions, which I think it will actually. That's so cool. Alright, 57, 2x2 Moabs. We've got both the wall of trees and the brambles. I'm gonna try and, I guess, save everything. We could use the wall of trees here at the back as a safety net, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Let's use the brambles. Let's hope both of these guys pop in. If they do, yeah, as soon as we glue the ceramics, basically it's game over for them. Oh my god, that is a regrow farm. Please tell me we hold. No, we don't. Oh, come on, man. The grow blocker is not holding. Okay, so do it like this, cleansing foam, and then have it like here at the start, just so we remove the regrow, but it doesn't actually take away pops or anything. Alright, almost there. About $1,000 missing, but this is going to be a difficult round. Wall of trees coming off cooldown, so if we can get it out, that's going to be great. I'm going to drop the brambles like this. These guys are making it out. This is not looking good. Yeah, I think we just have to drop it, and that's about it. I mean, it's not like 25, it's 25.9, so we need about $1,000 left. We absorb one of the 45 Mars, but the second one is, oh, it's looking like it's going out. We have the brambles. Let me use it. Hopefully it does damage. Oh my god, this is nuts how we're surviving these rounds. Yeah, I guess this is one of the reasons why this tower is not good, because the save up is not exactly natural. It doesn't save up to itself in a way. Oh, we do get the money though. Let's buy the super glue finally. All right, so this thing should start clearing out the small balloons without any issues, and it should do a lot of damage to Moab class balloons, and it's gonna stun them, by the way. So yeah, if it's a blue Moab, it completely immobilizes it, and then all the other ones, it doesn't fully immobilize them, but it slows them down by a lot. All right, we finally made it. That is great. So how are we buffing this guy? Extra attack speed doesn't help with the damage over time, but I guess it makes it attack more balloons. Oh yeah, look at it go. So it's doing so much damage that I don't think any balloon is making it past. I mean, if it does, it's gonna be because of the lack of Pierce, right? So not exactly sure how we help this guy out. What are we buying? Absolute zero just to kind of stun the balloons and keep them in place? Yeah, so I was just kind of thinking how we want to move along with this tower in the end game, in free play mode, because before free play this thing is not gonna lose, obviously, but then in free play it's gonna be interesting because it doesn't have a lot of Pierce, and then you don't want to have it left on first, because if you have it on first, it's gonna attack the small balloons, the ceramics, but then it's not attacking the big ones and it's not popping them, so they're gonna go through. And I don't actually think it's ever gonna be able to keep up with the small balloons. I mean, it is keeping up now, don't get me wrong, but it's just gonna stop at a certain point. And then finally, let's see how we're doing versus free play. So this is where the true test is. These ceramics are obviously gonna be a lot stronger, so we're not gonna be seeing, you know, those cleanups as we had before, especially because there's gonna be a lot of small ceramics. Like, how's it actually looking? I think it's fine for 81. I mean, as long as the Pierce keeps up, I think we want to be keeping just the Bloons here inside the crater and just having this guy attack a lot, basically. Let's go for an overclock then. We can have 2 if we wanted to, but let's go for 1, just save a little bit of cash and see how everything develops. I wouldn't mind buying something like a perma spike at the back just to kind of secure the exits. So we're basically just looking to coat as many Bloons as possible because of the lack of Pierce, and just hopefully this thing survives. So far it's doing great, by the way, because the explosions plus the, I guess, the new damage over time versus mob class Bloons, they are doing the thing. All right, 84 is looking, guys, this tower is surprising to me a little bit because it's not losing, and not only it's not losing, but it seems to be keeping everyone in place. Like, no one has left the crater so far, and this is kind of messing with me. So the damage that they gave it is actually good now versus mobs. If I would do one thing, that would probably be speeding up the damage over time versus mobs versus these ZOMGs, because it's still kind of slow and it's stalling them. So let me do something like this, the unstable concoctions, have it on strong, keep the overclocks going, but basically this is just going to trigger a bunch of explosions and it's going to speed things up. And maybe can we actually handle the, oh no, wait a minute, this tower might actually be a bad idea because it's going to create a mess, huh? Alright, so thankfully we're going to lose on the same round that we bought this thing, so we know what we're not supposed to do. So let's just attack at its own pace, I guess, which if you don't have an unstable concoction alchemist, I mean, there we go, the same round just got defeated instantly. I am going to buy a perma spike at the back though, because I don't exactly feel as safe. What I'm noticing is that some small ceramics are making it through from time to time, and I guess this is just the way to protect against them. So the pops are still at 0, which means that this thing is holding, but let's just hope that they stay at 0. But in case they don't and something sneaks through, we can hold it and not lose the game. Something like this, by the way. Oh, that's a full Moab, actually. I bought this thing right on time. This is exactly what I'm talking about, yeah. Alright, so DDTs should evaporate pretty fast thanks to the damage over time. Yeah, exactly. I think 93 is going to be easy as well, by the way. I want to watch 94 and 95 because up until that point, I don't think there's any challenge for this guy. So let's see how we do. This is going to overwhelm this guy for sure. I was thinking of buying the absolute 0 as a tower that is not going to give it extra damage, but is going to help it out a little bit by keeping the Bloons in place. So maybe the time has come actually now for buying that tower, although we do have the perma spike at the back, so let's kind of chill for 94 maybe. Yeah, let's see how much we're leaking, and then we're gonna decide based on that what's the tower that we're gonna buy. But 94, I don't know, it's a lot of Bloons that are making it through. I think the perma spike tanks these guys no problem, but oh, it's gonna get interesting for 96 and 98, isn't it? But yeah, we do have 94 easily, and it's not like this guy is leaking by a lot. The perma spike has 9,000 pops, and he has 900,000. So yeah, obviously, I mean, you only need to leak 1 life, of course, in order to lose. But I guess, you know, all in all, it's not looking that bad is what I'm trying to say. Do we still keep it on the first, by the way? Let's have it on strong. Let's make sure we're attacking these DTs at least once, and then the ceramics, sure, let them go into perma spike, I guess. I mean, we are missing a lot of DTs. Can we tank these guys with the perma spike? See, this is where things are getting interesting because we're leaking some Bloons. Yeah, I think we're tanking these with the perma spike, but this is, you know, went from 9,000 to 30,000 in one single round. I think it's absolute 0 time, and if I'm not mistaken, if I have it like this, the aura should still work inside of the crater. We're gonna have the ability as well, which is nice. Let's dump it because why not? It's not gonna be taking a lot of pops, so that's kind of my main thing. I just want to have the glue do the majority of the damage if possible. Let's freeze again, and a lot of blue mobs as I can see on the insides. I think we're holding the small Bloons as well in. Yeah, the rounds are slow for sure, but the damage is slowly getting there with the extra damage that they gave this mob glue. So I think we actually do have it, especially with the absolute 0. Let's freeze now. Yeah, just blue mobs left. It's a lot of them though. How is this targeting going? It's on first. Do we keep it on first? I think we do. Yeah, let's have it on first then. Hopefully this survives. Yeah, I think 96 is gonna be fine, especially because it's only like small ceramics. So we are holding these guys no problem. Alright, so in comes 98. I think I'm just gonna start this round by dumping the absolute 0 ability, and we're gonna keep doing it off cooldown because there's a lot of RB that we need to go through. And this guy, it's not like he's not doing a lot of damage. Actually, this number is going up pretty quickly, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna get overclocked very soon, as soon as everything starts popping. So if there's anything that we want to have happen, is we want to have the round pop slowly, and I'm not sure that's an option. Yeah, the pops are going up super fast, by the way, so let me just keep dumping the absolute 0. I have a feeling a lot of Bloons are gonna go into the perma spike. There's nothing we can do about it, so hopefully it just holds. I mean, nothing's gone into the perma spike so far. The pops are at 31k 555. That's a number easy to remember. ZMGs have popped. Let's dump the absolute 0 again. We have some cooldown reduction, so I don't mind dumping it like off cooldown pretty much. And here is where we need the extra attack speed and the Pierce to come into action because everyone is starting to leave. So go like this. Yeah, just freeze everyone, trying to keep them in range as much as possible. This is where we need the Nature's Ward totems from Oben, by the way, to go to work as well. And that's a lot of blue mods, but you guys know what? I think it's fine. I think the perma spike can actually tank these guys. So how much damage is the perma spike gonna do now is the question. How much RB have we leaked? Started with 31.5 and we're gonna end up with 35 point... it's close to 36. Alright, so that's not a lot of RB. That's like 4,500. I don't mind that one bit. This is actually a great showing from this tower, honestly. It still leaks a little bit, but it's, you know, it's not the most expensive tier 5. It's kind of cheap. It's for some reason dealing with spa balloons, especially the explosions, which I absolutely love. Keeping the balloons in place, and yeah, this extra damage that they gave it versus mob class balloons, it's doing the thing, guys. So it obviously doesn't do anything versus the bad, by the way. I mean, take a look at the, I guess, the damage over time going up. So I guess we can just dump 2 spike storms to end it off, and we want to pop it a little bit faster, by the way, while it's in range of our slow tower switch. Is it happening? Oh, it's not. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, so it's gonna have to be the perma spike again to the rescue. So 2 more spike storms incoming. I'm gonna basically use these guys and then hope that the perma spike can tank it. I'm pretty sure it will. So let's check the total tally on the perma spike bombs. That is 57 if I saw correctly. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's a lot of leaks for sure from the super glue, but for a 205, I don't know, that was a good showing in my opinion. So yeah, very interesting how this tower is developing. Not sure if I'm going to be buying it more, but it was good to try it out, you know, once in a while. So let me know what you guys think about this tower and have you guys used it. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'm going to see you on the next one.